Good morning from Simply Media and Deaver Brown, the publisher. We are bringing this to you as number 4, and this is about the federal deficit. And again, the idea is to present you with facts and information for you to take a step forward and to understand. As with graduation, it's not called finalization, it's called commencement, the beginning. And the idea here is we are not the last word. We are the first word or the second or the third, but not the last. So this information is for you to think about and reflect upon, and don't feel required to believe it or to agree with it, but do pay attention to it. The federal deficit is important as to the balance sheet or the assets and liabilities of the United States and other countries in the world. There's much talk about it, and it's important to understand that in the United States, our deficit is about 22 trillion right now. The important thing is that's about 80% of a year, the GNP of the year, of total sales in the United States, as you might say. So at 80%, it's a manageable number. Now, to give an example, Japan is 250%. That's a less manageable situation. So at 80%, the debt is in proportion to what the country should be able to afford. And in the last couple of years, there's been talk about it growing. And the point about it growing that I think you should pay attention to is it's been just above the rate of inflation. In other words, if inflation is 2%, that means that 22 trillion, it could grow about 2% of that number, 400, 500 billion dollars a year. And the deficit's been within that range. But do remember the deficit in recent years has been used to fund a jump start to the economy. And we've seen that in 2017, 2018, and now in 2019, as unemployment's gone down, earnings have gone up. And the important thing to understand about earnings going up for people and unemployment going down is that helps the federal deficit enormously in the budget. Because remember, when people make more money, they contribute more to Social Security, Medicare, and taxes. And that's very important because that fills up the coffers. Because the way Social Security and Medicare work, the more money you don't make proportionally more on your retirement. In other words, yes, you get more, but not proportionally more. So the government's coffers get filled up. And the other part of that is on unearned income, the negative income tax, people start getting off it when they get up to $15 an hour. And in the last couple of years, jump-starting the economy has led to basic minimum wage of $7.50 to $8, actually going up to 11 or 12. And I saw this when I was in Charlottesville visiting my daughter, and I saw in 2016 the jobs were $8 an hour. 2017 they were $9 an hour. 2018 they were $12 an hour. So the starting wage was much higher, and people can forget it's a percentage. So if you made 8 and now make 12, that's a 50% jump. And at the bottom of the income group, which people generally believe is the one that needs it the most. So that investment seems to have worked. But think about this, 80% of a year. Wouldn't it be nice if in your mortgage you had the same situation where if you owe $100,000, you made $80,000 a year? That'd be nice. So the point is, this is good coverage, and you shouldn't be frightened by it, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't be prudent and try to work on it. So the point about that is you should follow that with the idea that as long as inflation adjusted, it's okay, and it's pretty simple. If I owed $22 trillion, good night. And the point is, the federal government is a whole different enterprise. And think of it yourself. If a big company like Amazon owed a lot of money, it's a lot different than one of us owing a lot of money. So thank you from Simply, and if we can help you, please look at our audiobooks and ebooks at simplymedia.com, and you'll see our customers. They're the FANG Group, Amazon, Apple, Google. We hope Netflix and Facebook will join us, Walmart, and many others. We sell through these people because they do a better job than we can possibly do to protect your interests, to help us, and save us the money of doing something we could do less well. So thank you again, and I hope you join me for number 5, and thank you from Simply.